Everybody keeps asking if AI will replace developers. But I think that's the wrong question. Because what's actually happening is much more subtle. And honestly, much more interesting. Because AI isn't killing developer jobs, but it is changing how we work, what we spend time on, and what actually matters day to day. So yesterday I was having a discussion with a colleague of mine about libraries versus custom implementation. The argument was basically, why are we implementing something ourselves instead of just using an existing library? And look, historically, that would be completely reasonable. Libraries exist for a reason, abstractions exist for a reason. But while we were discussing it, I realized something. I realized how our priorities as developers are shifting. Because here's the thing. A few years ago, boilerplate code was expensive. Writing repetitive code was annoying and abstractions saved time. But today, boilerplate is cheaper. Writing more code is no longer a big concern. The hard part now is understanding the code base. The hard part is debugging it, explaining it to someone new, or reasoning about what's actually happening at runtime. And this is where the trade-off shifts. Adding a small library to solve a very simple problem might reduce lines of code, but it adds abstraction. And abstraction adds indirection, and indirection adds cognitive load. Suddenly, less code isn't automatically better. So I realized, when the problem is simple, where previously you would just solve it with a pre-existing library, today it might be more valuable to implement it yourself, to keep the code transparent and easily understandable. This way, the code will be easier to debug. So I think that we're redefining what clean code is. Clean code no longer is the minimal amount of lines of code, and more files isn't always bad anymore. More explicit code isn't always bad. Sometimes the most senior thing you can do is write something boring, obvious, and transparent. Especially now that AI can handle the boring parts for you. What matters is that a human can open a file and immediately understand what this does, why this exists, and where to debug it when it breaks. And that's the key. AI didn't make code simpler. It made writing code easier. Understanding the code is still the bottleneck. And that's exactly why I think the whole "will AI replace developers" conversation misses the point. Because the job isn't disappearing, the job is shifting. So let's talk about what that actually means for developers and which skills will matter most going forward. The future developer spends less time typing and more time doing three things: understanding, debugging, and making decisions. AI can write code, but it cannot tell you if it fits your system. It cannot tell you if it makes sense long term, and it cannot tell you why production is slow at 2 a.m. in the morning. So skills like system thinking, reading code, tracing data flows, understanding trade-offs, and knowing when not to abstract, these matter more than ever. And that's the part I find encouraging, because staying relevant doesn't mean becoming some AI wizard. It means building things, reading more code than you write, caring about clarity, and understanding how systems behave in the real world. AI makes experimentation cheap. You can build full platforms in a weekend now. Not to get rich, but to learn. I built a side project recently and made use of a lot of AI. I didn't become a millionaire or build some massive business, but it did start conversation. I did learn a lot, and it even landed me some job interviews. Because it showed that I can take an idea and ship it fast. And that's increasingly what matters today. Understanding the tech and turning ideas into reality. So no, AI isn't replacing developers, but it is changing what we optimize for. Less cleverness, more clarity. Less obsession with boilerplate, more focus on understanding and debugging. If you keep up with that shift, your job is safe, probably safer than ever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.